So you're thinking about starting a fashion business from home. It's a great idea, but 90% of those businesses fail. So hi, this is Vishal Khali from Fashion Marketing, and in this video, I'm going to share with you number one business mistake that fashion businesses make when they're just starting out. Watch till the end because you don't want to make the same mistake. So a lot of time when I've worked with fashion designers, they're launching their first fashion business or their first collection. They always want to launch a so-called collection, which sounds a great idea in theory, but think about it, what's involved in launching a collection. So typically when they want to launch their line, they're looking to launch a collection. So they will start with at least men and women. And if you're launching men's, you would probably not launch just a jacket. You would probably want to have at least 2 items. And that's mostly people end up doing. So they'll launch a jacket and a shirt, for example. And in a woman, they probably launch like a dress and a scarf. So it could be different items depending on whatever your business is. But this is kind of the typical route designers end up going. So now in this thing, look at what's happening here. So even if you have dresses, you will have different sizes. So let's say if you have 7 different sizes in each dress, so there's 7 sizes. And you probably want to have a couple colors. So people end up having at least 4 to 5 colors. So let's say there are 5 colors here. So that ends up being as what? Is 12. So you have 12 SKU items just for dresses. Scarves, if it's the same size, you probably end up having, like, let's say 7 colors here. So you will have 7 SKU items. Shirts, doing the same thing and same thing. So for example, let's just say that for each of these category, you end up having like 10 SKU items. So like 10 jackets, which will be, that includes the sizes or maybe 2 different colors. Shirts, different sizes, different colors. So on average, let's just say you're having 10 SKU items here, 10 SKU items here. So overall, just to launch, which most designers think as their basic collection, you are sitting here on 40 SKU items, which doesn't sound that bad, right? They're like, okay, I'm launching my line, which is not that big of a deal. But when the time comes to market your fashion business, that is where the business mistake happens. Because think about it. First of all, you're launching this collection, people don't know who you are. So now you're targeting multiple categories. So you're targeting men, you're targeting women. So the men who are going to buy your jackets might be the same people who are buying a shirt, or maybe not. Or the women who are buying your dresses. So let's say if this is a summer dress, or maybe, so let's say if you're doing scarves, maybe this is an evening wear, right? So somebody who's buying your evening dress, maybe they like scarves, maybe they don't, but most likely might be a different customer persona. So now on looking at this, you have at least bare minimum 3 different customer personas going on. So this is number 1, this is number 2. For men, a lot of time if somebody's buying a jacket, they will buy a shirt. So let's just call this as just one set of customers. So this is like 3. So now you have 3 different customers segments that you have to target. So since your brand company is brand new, you will have to do marketing. You will have to bring people in to tell them about your business, who you are, what do you do. And this is the basic marketing structure that you end up doing. So if you want to do some search engine optimization, you will have to figure out each of these pages. You have to worry about what are the keywords for jackets, what are the keywords for shirts, for dresses, for scarves, how to write the meta descriptions, who are the bloggers who are actually, they can share my stuff. Then if you want to run ads, you will have to run Facebook or Google ads. So each of these ads will have different customer personas. So you have 3 customer personas, 3 different type of customers for this one, 3 for here, for SEO you're doing that. And each of them costs money. So typically, like a lot of time when I've run advertisements for different fashion brands, if you're trying to run even a Facebook ad for one type of customer, you have to spend on average $1,500 to $2,000 per month to make some sense out of it, because anything less than that is just not even worth the time, right? So let's say if you're spending, let's call it $2,000 for Facebook, right? So you're spending $2,000 for one customer persona. So which means in this case, if you have 1, 2, and 3 customer personas, so you are actually spending, let me move here. So you're spending 2,000 times 3, which is close to $6 grand just on Facebook ads. So that's a lot of money, especially when you're starting out. And this is just Facebook ads, and this is just to get your message out. Now you will probably be spending some sort of money on Google. So let's say you're only spending like 1,000 here, and that ends up being your like a $3 grand here. you're already sitting at $9,000 just on these two ads. And this is assuming that you are running ads by yourself, that you have not hired an agency to run, because when you hire an agency to run ads, they're going to charge you at least between 2 to 3 grand just to run your ads. So let's say if they charge you 2 grand to run your ads, you're looking at like $11,000, right? And this is just the advertisement. So even if you say, hey, I'm not going to spend 2 grand, I'm just going to spend just a little bit amount of money, that's fine. But even if you do 1,000, then you have 3 here, 3, 3, 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, then you're still sitting at $8,000. And this is just the actual ads. Now think about if you want to do, you have to have your social account. So when you're posting images on Instagram, people who are going to respond to your women image are going to be very different. The type of images men are going to respond will be very different. So you're doing different set of images. You probably hire somebody to do your Instagram post or Facebook post, right? So let's say typically you can hire someone for about $200 a month to manage your social media, which is pretty cheap. But then your branding messages have to go out. So you have to do events. You have to write like the blog post here to actually get your branding out. And this might not cost you the actual money for writing a blog, but it's doing is actually costing you time. So if you combine your time, your money, all this stuff, you're looking at least $15,000 worth of stuff. That's a lot of money when you're starting up, because you're also spending money on your inventory, like not all of the items are going to sell, whatnot. So a lot of designers, the first time designers, end up starting like this. And that is the mistake they end up making. And then within 6 months, a year, they run out of cash and then wonder why their business didn't work. So this is the #1 mistake I've seen designers make over and over again. So my recommendation for you is when you're starting out, you don't need to worry about all of this thing. Pick one item, just one item that you, and don't even pick item that you want. See what type of customers you have the access to. So if you started out as a blogger, I would say start with your blog and let's say what your audience is. So if your audience is mostly women, or in your friends, your circle, the events that you go to, mostly that you know women, that I would not even start anything here. Even for women, I will probably not even start here. I will just start with one item right here, and that's it. So now you're starting with just one item. Your cost is going to be cut down to 1/3. Your messaging will be a lot easier, because when you go out to different events, you can say, hey, I'm Vishal Fashion and I create women's evening dresses. Simple message, easy for people to remember, easy for you to deliver, and cuts your time and your cost in 1/3. And do this for a year. Let people understand your brand. Let them think of your brand as you guys make, with like Vishal Fashion, for example, makes amazing evening dresses. So when people start getting to understand you, they start liking you, they know this brand is, they know the quality is good. A year later, venture to addition, but don't even now, still don't go for a new segment of men, because you spend a whole year trying to get women as part of your system. You have collected their email addresses, you have collected, their social media following, all the stuff. So now you have most women following you. So think about what can you sell women versus trying to go for a brand new category. So I will start, rather than starting here, I will still not go here. I will start with scarves. So I will go right here. Let me sell scarves, because I already have the customer. They are more likely to buy my scarves. Let me sell them. So you will be able to leverage the audience that you have created right here. Then, let it run, make it profitable, and see what's working. A year later, add item number 3, whatever that could be. So this will be the right way of growing it. So a lot of time people make this mistake and they don't realize like how much does it cost for marketing and your branding. And this is the money, because when you're starting and nobody knows who you are. So you have to go spend time, spend money to tell people who you are. This can literally make or break your business, right? So hi, this is Vishal Khalil from Fashion Marketing. And if you have any questions regarding this, like have you started like multiple things and it did not work out, or maybe you did start and it did work out, do share with us. And if there's anything you're struggling with when you're starting your business that it doesn't make sense to you, or if you have questions around why does it cost so much for Facebook ads versus Google ads or doing the other stuff, do leave them in the form of a comment and I'll be more than happy to answer. So thank you very much for your time. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.